Here he is. Morning, how you doing?
Very good, how are you?
Good, thanks for coming out.
Just here to go around the desert.
Nice bit of Friday morning activity. So I've been asking you for a while, and you know I really like your car and think it's a great, I think it's a sweet spot in the Jeep family.
It is. It's a good piece of machine. I mean, drove here half an hour on the highway, was pretty good, and now I'm on the desert, so
Do you want
it's a good
to?
hybrid.
Yeah, I think that it hits the sweet spot between the normal Jeep Cherokee and the SRT. Do you want to just walk around and tell us about this edition?
So that's the Grand Cherokee S.
It's the Grand Cherokee S.
Yeah, so it's the high altitude in the US, and they just came out with this model here in 2018. So it's got a few different things. It's got 20-inch rims. So it's a black top edition, so everything is in black. 20-inch. We got the 20-inch rims in black.
So that comes as standard with the Sports Edition.
Comes standard with the sports edition.
Right.
We've got the blacked out badges.
Right.
Rated for Jeep. We've got the quad exhausts.
Right. But they're tinted as well, aren't they? They're black as well.
Yeah. And these are specific to the Summit version, but they put that on the Cherokee S.
And the spoiler, the roof,
The spoiler comes, the spoiler and the fishtail comes standard on all the Grand Cherokees, but
right.
the metallic, the colored bumpers
That's
are
color coded.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
just because it's black, you can't see the difference, but it's usually a black trim on the lower models. So in this one, it's clean. You've got the SRT looking LED lights. Let me just switch on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Yes, unfortunately they're not daytime running. The daytime running ones are only on the headlights, but they give you a nice appeal driving in the night.
Yeah, it's just a really nice. It's just nicely proportioned, I think.
Yeah. And then it's got a bunch of other features. It's got the radar cruise control, so that thing right there.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's where the computer sees everything.
Yeah, and it's got the air suspension, so it's going to be stance mode. Once you go off-roading, you can pick it up to, I believe 6 inches. So,
Cool. Let's jump inside. Have a look at the interior.
yeah. So starting off, you've got a nice little cockpit. You've got the aluminium pedals, part of the S edition, and then you've got Napa leather seats, top stitched dashboard, panoramic roof.
It's just nice in here, isn't it? Yeah, all nice premium materials.
Apple CarPlay.
Lots of space in the back. Let's have a look in the back.
All the chairs.
Yeah, lots of leg room there too. See, what's that? That's about, my hand's about 6, 7. So you've got about 8 inches of leg room in the back.
Yeah, and that's my seating position. So what, 6?
That's as far back as you go.
Yeah.
And you're about 6 foot, aren't you? Do you want to sit in the back and just? So if you were driving you'd still have space.
And the headroom. I mean, that's
headroom, right?
phenomenal, you know. I mean, you really feel. Honestly.
Yeah, you still got the room there for another person,
And you can comfortably seat 3 people because the footwell's not that high up, and the headroom's actually pretty good.
decent. All right, should we go for a drive?
Yeah. Oh, there's one more very good feature.
What's that?
Not a feature, but it's called double glazed glass.
Oh, you got double glazed glass in here. No way. I wonder if we can just capture that accurately.
So if I were to show you the comparison, that would be. That's not double glazed. That is.
The front's double glazed, but the back
Yeah.
isn't. I'm sure I'm getting that correctly, but yeah, that adds to that really quiet sound in the front. Isn't it?
And
Quiet
possibly
sound.
some Alcantara maybe on the insides.
I'm an Alcantara man myself. Right, let's go for a spin.
Let's go.
I think my car will be full of desert flies when I come back. So the first thing you notice in here is there is a lot of space.
It is.
Got nice leg room. It's yeah, the materials in here, I've always thought that the Jeep Cherokee is pretty much as far premium as you can go before you say something's luxury.
Yeah.
It just does feel expensive.
It fits very well in the premium category, and honestly, it's the best bang for your buck that you can get in this price range. You know, the current car market is quite full of crossovers, which give you that high ground clearance, but don't give you any off-roading capability. And this it's got a center locking diff, a low range gearbox, and an electronically limited rear differential, and that's a Camel right there. Oh, Camel.
Only in Dubai.
Morning, Camel.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's go for the drive.
So here we are now inside the Jeep Cherokee S. Oh, there's a guy on the right in a Range Rover.
I couldn't see that.
So what led you to the buying decision to buy a Jeep Cherokee? How did you end up buying this car?
So this is my second Grand Cherokee.
Oh, so you had one before, and you like the brand, you like the car, so
yeah, I had the same model year. Honestly, it was the decision between buying this or a Golf R.
That's a completely different type of car,
which is super far-fetched, but you know what? I saw this car without even doing a test drive over the phone. I paid the down payment, and I only got the car the day I actually went to.
Wait. You went to the showroom to see it, right?
No, I didn't.
So you just looked at it from online, and from having a previous Jeep Cherokee, you were like, okay, it's what I had but better.
No, I didn't have a Jeep Cherokee back then. So I never had a Jeep before that. So when I bought my first Jeep, I just saw it online and I bought it.
Ah, okay, right. Yeah.
All right, I saw some reviews and they looked good, and I bought the car. One of my friends had the older version of the car. Yeah, I sat in the car and I liked it.
Okay, fine. So
I got the car. I kept it for about 2 years.
Yeah.
3 years, yeah. And I put like around 80,000 kilometers on that car.
Okay.
And it was absolutely amazing. I mean, service-wise, cost-wise, everything was perfect. Then I said, you know what? I need to up my game a bit. I had the limited version, which was good, again with the 20-inch rims, which was an additional option. But you know, you've got to have nice big rims because that contributes to a lot of the appearance.
Yeah, it sets the car off, and I think it has the value too, because you know, you can have a car like this and have standard wheels on it, but yet you go for the manufacturer's top level wheel, and it just works with the car a lot better, gives it a better road presence, and people do like nice wheels, and that's across the board for like guys and girls, you know? Absolutely.
You know,
so that's kind of a thing that you have to have, really.
Yeah, and then I went in. I saw this car in one of the days in the showroom itself, and I instantly fell in love with it. It was the same black color.
Yeah. So this is the car you saw in the showroom.
This was the exact car I saw in the showroom, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna. Oh, that's a dead end.
I mean, this is a classic example of you've come to a dead end. There's a drift, and you're just not restricted.
Absolutely. You don't want to turn around and go back. You just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. And I think this is where the Jeep comes into its own realm, really, because it sits in its class. You've got in the same budget range, or if you've got like 200 and whatever thousand dirhams to spend, you've got a choice of a Mazda CX-9.
Yeah.
You've got the Ford Edge.
Yeah.
They're the two that stick out in my mind. I don't think the Kia and Hyundai produce a model in this expense range.
So in this price range, you've got if you talk about 4x4, you've got their own Dodge Durango, which is
that's more expensive. This is but this is a dedicated 4x4. So
absolutely.
I mean, but it does compete with like SUVs, like these sports utility vehicles. But I think that's where, you know, you have a completely different choice here. Like this has a bona fide 4x4 gearbox transmission, whereas Mazda CX-9 and the Ford Edge doesn't. That's just intelligent wheel, and it does say in the manuals, do not take off road.
Absolutely.
So you know, I think the appeal of this car to a lot of people is one. And I owned a Ford Edge for a while. This does feel definitely more premium, luxurious inside, and it has a proper 4x4 gearbox. So if you're the kind of person that is going to do what we're doing and wants to go camping and, you know, not get into any difficulties, then this is definitely the choice.
Absolutely. And the only car which would for me, be able to do both off-roading and driving, like in a more premium environment, would, in my opinion, be only the Range Rover Sport. I mean, that's the only car which is...
Yeah, but that's a hugely different price.
That's a hugely different price.
I'm just trying to think within that 180 to 250,000 euro mark.
You've got the Land Cruiser Prado.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just not got that. It's not as premium.
It's a Toyota, and
it's a Toyota.
Yeah.
It's robust, but it's not got the same. The looks are a bit dated. The engine is a bit dated.
We'll have to get one and drive it. But I think, and I looked at the Prado before I ended up at the Edge, but the Prado is let's go down there. The Prado is, people say it's the baby Land Cruiser, don't they?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And I remember looking at one. It was 180,000 dirhams, and that was for the 4-litre 4-cylinder engine.
I mean, back then the FJ Cruiser would be a very, very, very compelling argument against this car. Good looking.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, this is. I mean, the FJ Cruiser is really capable off-road car, but it looks like a Lego car.
Yes. It is. I think it's a good mix between the Wrangler and a Grand Cherokee. It just fits in between.
It's for that action weekend warrior guy, right? I mean, you can take this to the mall, go to the nightclub.
Absolutely.
It's going to look classy wherever it goes. And here we are, in
the desert,
in the soft sand, and it's just not getting bogged down at all. So for me, I've always thought, as soon as you get into one of these, it just feels very, very nice indeed. And coming from the Ford Edge didn't feel as premium as this inside. I know it's got a bigger cabin space, so I've always commented on how you feel quite cozy in these. So it does. I mean, if you're after cabin space, then that is the winner for a sports utility family vehicle. But it's not much different compared to what you get here.
I think the tech stuff, I mean, most of the manufacturers are quite up to date. I mean, Ford's got their Ford Sync, which is quite
Apple
good.
Play, stuff like
Apple
that.
Play and all that stuff. These guys have got their Uconnect system, which goes across all the Chrysler models, including the Maserati, because it's FCA owned. But I think the tech part should not even be a point of comparison, because everyone does
it is
the
though,
best.
Isn't it? Yeah, people are buying cars now based on infotainment,
and
they're really, they just want simplicity with their device,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
So it's like, I like the car, I like the colour, and does it connect to my phone? No, it doesn't have that. Okay, we'll go look for something else, because people don't want to do wires.
Correct. I think that's where the Toyota kind of falls a bit short, because their tech, I mean, I've got a Lexus and tech's like super old, even though the car is just from 2017.
Let's do some like from standstill.
What's up? So you put it in sport mode.
That's it, I guess. There's no launches there. You don't need launch.
There's no launch. There's traction control.
Right.
Okay, maybe that helps. I don't know. Turn off the AC. Let's see if we can do it. I can probably try to do
Oh, it puts you in your seat, doesn't it?
That's it starts dying out after.
But I mean, it puts you. You can see that just puts you in your seat. There's a nice amount of torque there.
It's a nice torquey engine, and it's a 3.6 Pentastar, which produces 295 horsepower. And honestly, it's a very nice low-end torquey engine. Suffers at the high end, but then again,
but that's when you get tickets. That's when you get tickets.
But day-to-day driving, I mean, it's plenty to overtake on the highway. It's plenty to get on a incline. I honestly wanted to get the V8 version, but
the SRT.
So there's a V8 Hemi, and then there's a V8 SRT. So I was thinking of getting that, but they didn't make that in this particular model, number one. And then
go around again.
I test drove.
Go back that way.
I test drove one, and honestly, it's a good grunt, and it sounds really good. But day-to-day driving is almost the same, and it gives me Well, it's giving me 11.6 to 100 kilometers. 11.6 liters to 100
That's what
kilometers.
happens when you come to the desert and you don't have any 4x4 teaching experience. You just know what you know. This is why it's well worth getting some 4x4 instruction, because even though this sand is not incredibly deep, soft sand can bog a car down easily if you're not thinking about what you're doing, or you lose momentum. Like, momentum's your best friend. And we were busy filming this, talking to each other, and Vishay was turning around and the car just got bogged down. So this is by no means indicative of what this car can do. It's just, we're amateurs. We're amateurs. And we're being saved by these guys from Camp Point, who set up camps in the desert for you. And they've come to rescue with a Silverado 4x4 Chevy. So now we have the heavy duty.
It's the code to the rescue.
This one's not moving. This one's a bit sunk down, so we need this one now. Hello! So the first thing he's doing is letting the tyres down there. It's just so easily done, and it's just, we haven't had any rain for a while, so the sand is really soft. And even here, as you can see, it's like down to there. Having a fun all day. So now, by us getting stuck, we got another car stuck.
It's a daisy chain of cars getting stuck.
This car's stuck. These guys are stuck.
يلا حطها بالريوس يلا روح سحب ها اصبر اصبر سلام اصبر ارجع هذا انت ساعه ما ينفع ليش ساعه يلا يلا جاهز ثلاث رنات دوس يلا بس وقف
انا جيب براد وبعد دقيقه اكون وصلت
तुम्हारा गर्ल्स किधर है लाओ
عثمان
no भाई वो गर्ल्स الثاني
I think you've got to move it in slowly, right? That's what I've seen. Car wall.
ماجد गर्ल्स लाओ गर्ल्स
After all of that, all you needed was a shovel.
وين الشاصي
شوي عن السياره
That's why you get those mini shovel kits to go in the boot, right?
ايوه بس جاو
I thought they were only for show.
I can't believe that. Of course, you meant to dig it out with your hands. What were we thinking? Why were we making this more difficult than we needed to? Yeah. So now we have the Japanese as well.
Oh wow, look at that. There's so much space.
Amazing.
नीचे मारते इधर
Well,
ये नीचे चाहिए
I'm going to do some reading up on this kind of thing, because we're basically novices that came into the desert and did the typical novice thing.
But you know, last time I think we got lucky last time. We went in without deflating our tires.
Yeah.
We did all that jazz.
Yeah, we did a lot last time. But it just goes to show how deceptive what you think a flat piece is and easy piece is, and then it bogs you down. Yeah. And even these guys are rocking V8s, right? And they got stuck.
انا ما في مثل مالنا
I feel like we're digging for the city of gold. See, I asked the guy, give me the spade and I'll dig it out, but he said, no, don't worry about it. That's hospitality, right? Look at the size of that rope. That's for a ship.